All right, everybody. So we're here and we're about to talk about the Crawford Spence media workout, and we have some footage that we just went through, and we just witnessed how, you know, each boxer looks a week out from the fight, and right now, you know, I'm getting antsy, I'm getting worked up, you know, because I'm excited for this fight, even though, like, I see certain things in the post-fight media workout promotion. I see certain things and I'm like, wait, what's going on? You know, I see Spence working out with a killer instinct and, you know, working up a sweat a week before the fight. Maybe he hasn't made weight yet. We don't know. You know, maybe that's what he's on. That's the number he's on. What do you think, Shamik?
Nah, he's at weight. I don't think if he's not at weight, he's close enough where he don't need to work extra hard. I think he's just like that. I've seen him look like that before.
Because he looks like a cyborg. He looks like a Terminator.
He's always looked like a big 145, 147.
Man, he looks like the Terminator. Bro, this guy is a machine.
His body blows are serious. He has power in both hands.
And I think the way he throws his punches, he throws some very deceptive punches. His punches don't look like lightning fast punches that are just going to hit the target right away. No, those punches have a little bit of something to them where it's like, you know, it's slow, but it's deceiving. It's a very deceiving blow. It's almost like a feint punch. It's weird. My man has some, I don't know what the hell's going on with Spence right now. He's looking amazing. And guess what? I saw the lines today. The Vegas lines.
The betting line, yeah.
My man, they have Crawford up.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know what the hell's going on. Am I going crazy? Am I seeing one thing and another thing's going on? Is Crawford at that level? That high of a level?
The gambling thing is not indicative of who's better. The gambling thing is indicative of money. So if they think a lot of people going to put money on Spence, they make him the underdog so they can get all that money, and then they'll flip it once it gets closer to the fight, and they'll balance it out.
No, because I figured people in Vegas, the degenerate gamblers that analyze these things, might have it together now. You think people, because right now I'll put my money on the underdog, which is Spence, allegedly. Right now, I'll do that. I'll put my money there.
That's what they want to do, but the media and boxing people are taking Crawford. I think a lot of people think Crawford's going to win the fight.
Yeah, a lot of pros think that. A lot of them think Crawford's going to take it. Another thing is that one person, which I was surprised to find out that he didn't think that Crawford was going to take this, was Javonte Davis. Did you hear what he said about the fight?
I didn't hear what he said, but when somebody like him picks a fighter, he's a fighter.
You know what I'm going to do?
Analyzes round by round people.
Put the computer volume up a little bit. I'm going to pull up what Javonte Davis thinks about the fight. Let me look it up real quick.
You know what also feeds into, while you're looking that up, what feeds into these dudes talking about each other is their relationships with each other, because these dudes know each other. So sometimes they'll take a guy because they cool with him as opposed to who they really think.
All right, let's see what Javonte Davis has to say about this. Let me see. Where's the volume on this?
And then Javonte Davis respects power too, because yes, he can box and all that, but he's a power fighter. So he might have took Spence because he knows Spence got that power in both hands, and he knows what he looks for in a fight.
I'm trying to see why there's no volume on this.
Did I pull the right one up?
Yeah, that's the right one.
Yeah.
Let me see. So I can't hear anything. Maybe it's because I brought the volume down on a regular video. Let me see. But that is definitely something I want.
Oh, it's muted.
It's champ versus champ showdown.
Right,
to him having
so what we're gonna do, we're gonna see what Javonte Davis has to say.
How do you think? I remember Spence saying that Crawford was light in the tail when they first met. How do you think that Spence said that Crawford was light in the tail when they first met? How do you think that plays out in the fight?
Yeah, we figured it out. We figured it out.
You know he ain't light in the tail.
I
Okay,
remember
okay.
Spence saying that Crawford was lighting the tail when they first met.
You know it ain't like that. Very interesting. Let's see this one.
Let's just say we in a gunfight, right? Yeah. And I got a metal shield. And,
That would be Spence.
and the opposite person got a glass shield.
Oh, damn.
Okay, champ. Who gonna come out on top? I don't care about how much he run around. Once them hands get on him, it's gonna slow him down. And once
definitely if he touch him, he definitely if he touch him clean, he'll break him down.
Ain't no if. He gonna touch him. He gonna touch him.
That's what I'm telling you.
No, I ain't.
All right, so we heard it from Tank Davis himself.
I mean, that's what I said. Spence got power.
It's not if, is he's gonna touch him.
It's a fight. Crawford gonna get hit.
I'm not gonna. Who do you think has the? Do you think Crawford has that endurance to go 12 rounds with Spence the whole way?
I think if you watch Spence, you know he comes out in the first round fighting. He doesn't fill you out. He doesn't do any of that. He comes
Right away,
right after
at
you.
100.
So it's not that he got to go 12 rounds up against that pressure. It's really 12 rounds of pressure. A lot of fighters come out in the first, second round, they feel each other out. So there's really like 9, 10 rounds of pressure. Spence is going to put pressure on him from round one when that belt
So he
goes
sets
off.
the pace.
He's like an Aaron the Hawk Pryor from back in the day that used to run to the other. He's going to put you under pressure immediately. He's going to start putting them hands on you.
I could see how
He's
that
a
could.
body puncher too.
For
Like
sure.
his thing is he's a body puncher. You catch one of them joints, we've seen dudes get knocked out because of a body punch. Like Crawford gets hit the wrong way, but you know the other factor is Crawford can fight, and he's gonna return fire because he's a counter puncher too. So you know, like I said, it can go either way. I just think that Spence is too big, too strong, and hits too hard, and he can take a punch.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, that might be a little bit disorienting. Disorientating when somebody puts that pressure off from the get. You know what I'm saying? It sort of throws you off and it disorients you a little. You can't get the pace in at the right time, you know? It's like the guy just took over the fight. And I think it's a highly intelligent thing for Spence to pull something like that off. Don't let him set the pace. Don't let him control the distance. Keep him guessing and just move forward. Because I'm pretty sure Spence could take whatever Crawford can dish out. But can Crawford take what Spence has to dish out? That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, another thing, too, is Crawford knows this. Like, Crawford's here for a reason, too. So Crawford knows Spence is coming out. He's seen him fight. He's probably watched all of his fights. So he knows what to anticipate. So how does he prepare for that? That's the part a lot of people aren't talking about. They're talking about the pressure going to be under, but I'm sure he has something to rebut that pressure. He has a game plan. He's too good and too smart to not have one. What that is, we'll see on fight night, but he's going to need to do something.
You know, I like the fact that before we started recording this video, we were talking about how sometimes we look at some of the previous fights that Crawford has had and some of his previous victories. I talked about Amir Khan and we talked about other people, and there were certain circumstances where what the hell happened? I was left like, what the hell happened there? Like, that's kind of iffy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, some iffy victories that's like, man, was he really put to the test in this one? Was he really being, you know, actually pushed? Actually, did he really have to do anything to win this fight? It's kind of difficult. Because I'm going to be honest, Spence has had some phenomenal. His last 6 fights were all championship fights.
After his car accident.
After the car
So
accident.
that takes that variable out the way. It's not what is he after. After the car accident, he looked like he didn't skip a beat. He looked like he got better.
I agree. He looks like he definitely got better. He hasn't taken a step back. He kept moving forward with his career.
But I don't think there's a fighter that I can recall, and I could be wrong, that hasn't had a bad fight but won. And sometimes that makes you a better fighter. So some of those losses that Crawford, not losses that Crawford had, but those tough fights where he didn't look that great, they're only going to make him better moving forward because he knows not to make those mistakes. That's why sometimes they say the best fight you can have is the loss because you learn from it. So I think that's not really a negative for him. I think it's a good thing because it teaches you, don't come out here playing with anybody. Don't come out here underestimating anybody. Don't think you can't get hit. Don't think it's going to be sweet. And I think that's what makes Crawford a monster as well, too.
I agree. It's gonna definitely be an interesting fight. And you know what? I wanna wrap up the conversation about the Crawford versus Spence thing. And I wanna move on to Canelo versus Charlo because I'm actually kinda interested in that. If you guys are interested in watching our discussion on Canelo and Charlo, Shamik is gonna be here with me, and we're gonna do it in a different video. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna put it right up here, right over here. So click on that, and we're gonna continue our conversation there. Remember, like and subscribe. We're really interested in knowing what you guys think about the whole situation, how the fight's gonna go down. You know, give us a like, subscribe, share the video, and till next time.